You need to understand, I have tried everything on Whatnot, everything. I've tried every format, and I'm here to report. So I love to experiment too much where it shoots myself in the foot in search of the perfect model that can take any item and get a good price for it, a profitable price. So you could take any item from the thrift store, any item from a garage sale, any item from a collection, the bulk items and the good items together. Doesn't matter what it is, the format sells it for you without any effort from me. I am one person. I can't sort $10 million worth of stuff a year. I can sort a couple $1 million worth of stuff at max capacity, but that's all I would be doing all day. And I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to look for a model on Whatnot and on eBay that removes me from the picture, and I can give it to my employees who do have some experience and some knowledge and expertise on the particular items, but the model will help sell that for the appropriate price. So a formula or a model or a pricing strategy or a particular Whatnot show. I've tried so many things. One thing I've tried last year was starting everything at $1 free shipping on eBay auctions. We ended up selling about 8,000 items over the course of a month, all starting at $1 with free shipping. Some of them sold for $1 with free shipping, but some people bought 56 games. Some of them were $1, some were $8, some were 10, some were 20, and they ended up, let's say they got 32 games and they spent like $263. The shipping divided by all those 32 items might be less than $1 each. So it actually worked out. But the problem was the average sale price was about $10. After you calculate the listing fees, the shipping, the picking, the issues, the customer service, the cost of goods, it was break even. It unfortunately didn't work. The only way to make that work is by having a more streamlined picking and shipping process. I believe we can double that, and then also the listing process. So, and if we streamline those in a way where even if we shaved off 50 cents to $1 per item, that would basically be all profit because we did break even. So that's an option, but I'm not a huge fan of it after trying that multiple times. I did that 1 month and I tried it again for a little bit. That didn't work. On Whatnot, we've tried to do everything starting at $1 with themed. We did different themes. So for Pokemon, we had everything's Charizard, everything's Eevee, everything's Snorlax and Dragonite. We have like all these items and plushies and figures on one stream. And we did that, but again, that's a lot of sorting, a lot of pre-planning, and it didn't necessarily make more money than just putting them all in a pile and selling them all on the same stream. It made about the same amount of money. All of that effort didn't result in anything great. We've tried mystery bags. Mystery bags are great, but people aren't happy with the mystery bags unless I make them. I have a sense for what makes a good mystery bag. I know what I spent on the items and I know what I can give at a good deal to make it feel like an amazing mystery bag that we also make money for. Back in the day, mystery bags were amazing. We had our best month on Whatnot. We did about 200,000 on Whatnot in a month, and that was a good portion of that was because we had awesome mystery bags. But that was me maxed out making mystery bags all month, and I didn't want to do that. So then we tried 15-second sudden death, and we tried that. And then we had two people in tandem, and we actually ran 1,000 auctions. It took about 8 hours at 15 seconds, and that was good. It actually averaged about $10 per auction, but they pay for shipping, so it was actually really good. We ended up making $10,000 in that one stream, and it actually worked out really well. But we tried it again, and the sale price went down. You can't do that over and over and over again. But now they have 5-second sudden death, which for some reason is so different from 15-second sudden death. Because 5-second sudden death, you can't look away. You have to make a split-second decision. It is so much more exciting, so much more like stress-inducing, which is a good and a bad thing. It keeps that we always have double the viewership of any other model we've tried, other than the high-end ones. The high-end stream works really well. We did only high-end items. That attracts the appropriate people in who want rare and high-end stuff, who have the money, and it works. That's great. But there's only so many, for me, there's only so much I can get. I can only do one of those streams every maybe 2 weeks. And again, I have to sort that stuff out, and really I have to run that stream because I'm the one who has to explain what these items are and the rarity of it and the real value of them, because very niche items, especially in Pokemon, there's some things that really need an explanation that are so rare that sometimes I've only had one of them ever. I've only ever seen one. I didn't even know what it was until I got it and realized how rare it was. I would be putting something like that up and I would need to explain what it is. So that works, but I didn't really stick with that. So here we are with the 5-second sudden death, and now we're on about, I think, week 3 of this. And we've been alternating every other day. Some days we'll do back-to-back. It depends on what we have at the time. But we do 5-second sudden death, and we can do 330 items an hour. We do 1,000 items in a 3-hour stream. We've done that, I think, 2 or 3 times now. And actually what holds us back is we run out of items. So the times we did 1,000, we both had the 3 hours of actual time and the items to actually sell. Most of the time we end between 400 to 800 items, but it's great because everything's getting out. Another model I tried was a dollar store, right? For all the stuff that didn't really sell on eBay, or that I would have to lot together, or that has heavy shipping and it's annoying. I just put it all in a room. I actually opened up a local sale. In that local sale, I had this massive pile of video games on the ground. I made it look cool, like a treasure hunt. And there was a line around the building. And in 2 hours, we made about $2,200. Everything was $1, mind you. And I was the only person that was running around my head like a chicken with its head cut off. I was running around like an animal, and that was really cool and exciting. But I was holding stuff to do that again because that was something where we weren't set up at the warehouse for that. But it was an idea I had, and it kind of worked. It worked and it didn't, right? You really need a storefront for that, good parking. We didn't have neither of those. So that was something that it would need a big financial investment to get a retail space. Plus I would need the inventory to do that. So I would need a lot of money and capital. I didn't have that kind of capital on hand to do that. I didn't want to take out loans. So I was like, you know what, let me hold on. Let me build up stock and hold on to stuff, things that don't really sell. So I had this room and everything was really going to be $1. And now that we have this 5-second sudden death thing, I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it. So let's just put them all on Whatnot. And what happened was everything sold for an average of $4 on Whatnot. Now, if we're doing 3 hours, think about that. Whatever the fees are, let's say the fees and everything, honestly, the cost of selling the item and shipping the item and the fees and everything, honestly, maybe $1 to $1.50. The cost of goods sold, again, it's negligible because all that stuff was kind of left over. Everything was kind of already paid for. We probably, when we cleared out our warehouse of all the excess stuff, the death pile, all the piles of stuff just sitting there, it was getting a little out of control. I only have 2,000 square feet and stuff was piling up everywhere. And it was not, you know, people, if I wouldn't want to show off my warehouse with just stuff everywhere, right? It was organized in my mind, but that's it. It did not look organized. It was bad. Now, it's amazing. You walk in, there's nothing. It's just stuff in totes. Everything has a place. Everything's kind of getting organized. And it took us about 3 weeks to sell through all that stuff. Made probably $30,000 to $40,000 I had sitting there and kind of like low-end stuff. And as new shipments were coming in, I was seeding those with nicer stuff. So now now I have even more nice stuff because the stuff coming in, what I used to do was sell half of it, you know, on Whatnot and on eBay and different things. And all the low end stuff I would like kind of put to the side because the other models, there was nothing to do with it. So I'm like, I'm not going to throw it out. I'll just save it for a dollar store or something. But now I can move it all through Whatnot, and it's great. And we do 5-second auction lots as well. So I'll sell 500 games in sleeves of 40 in like a minute. So the sleeves of 40, we'll put it up. There's 2 people, by the way. So one person's selling the game or the card, and he puts it up, hits the 5-second auction. As soon as that's over, he puts it to the side. He has another game in his hand. As soon as the person pays, it allows you to start the next auction, and we're hitting that. So as soon as that person pays, we're hitting the next 5 seconds, and that allows us to do, while you're working in tandem, about 330 auctions per hour, which is insane. So we're averaging, I always struggled, and we always trying to figure out how to do at least like $1,000 an hour on Whatnot. And the only way to ever do that was high-end stuff and mystery bags. We really didn't have any other way of doing that. And now, with this, I'm really not involved. I do have to sort, but the sorting is so, I could make a process for other people to do it. I'm currently doing it, but I can sort so quick this way. I'll make another video about that, but how I sort stuff. Regardless to say, this is the easiest sorting out of all of the different models. And it moves all of this stuff. So I am very happy to finally be doing this. And I'm part of the, what is it called? The Reseller Nirvana Facebook group or Patreon, whatever it is, Chris Lynn, Tech and Sports. And they've really encouraged me, not personally, but like just listening over and over and over again, just over and over and over again, really pushing the ASP of my eBay items up higher. And I really did the math because I had my low at $15 and it was, I did the math and I'm like, I'm only making, after everything said and done, like $3.41 on an item. I'm like, what do I got to sell this on Whatnot to get the same? So I was like, okay, $10. I'm like, okay, great. So I started, I did a test Whatnot stream by myself, hour and a half. I sold 200 auctions, did 5-second sudden death, starting at $10 with everything between like 15 to 25, stuff that's valued 15 to 25 that I had a price for. And when I price stuff, I price it well below market. So most of the things there were probably between $20 and $30. And I was starting at 10. Half of them didn't sell, half of them did. So I put up about 400 auctions, 200 of them sold, made $2,000 and moved all of that stuff out. Not all of it, I still have the other half. But imagine having, in an hour and a half, you have a 50% sell-through. Let's say on eBay, for instance, you were gonna list 400 items. Some of you I know list maybe 10 a day, 12 a day, 15 a day, 20 a day, 30 a day. Okay, so 400 items in an hour and a half with a 50% sell-through. Imagine listing 400 items and you had a 50% sell-through in an hour and a half. And I was selling them at the price. So my average sell price was actually $11 because I did sell most of the things I was going to put on eBay for about $15. And again, this is below market because I want that high sell-through. So most of the stuff is probably $20-ish. Some were 20 and 25, which again, probably add a little bit to that. So again, most of it was between $20 and $30, probably most of it in the $20 range. And the average sell price on Whatnot was 11. So yeah, I'm taking a tiny bit less, but I was willing to already take less on eBay because I was going to list it for 15. And I'd rather sell it on Whatnot for 10 immediately. There's no customer service. There's no back and forth. There's no putting it back in my inventory system and then going and picking it and shipping out. No, it's all there. Here it is. It's very easy to pick through, ship it out for the Whatnot stream, done. No customer service. It is amazing. And I don't have a social media following. I happened to start early on Whatnot, and that definitely gave me a leg up. But I'm getting, 700, 800 new followers a month. I do zero outreach. I just run great streams. We give great value. Sometimes I'm giving crap away at under market, but a lot of the other things, it brings all that money back. So you really, on Whatnot, it's a very psychologically draining. If you're looking at like, oh, I got that for 10, it just sold for 2. Yeah, but you got to also add that together with all the things that are selling for 5 that you got for 1, right? You just sold 5 items for $5 that you got for 1, and that, add it all together, you're actually making more and don't worry about that. Let people see you sell $20, $30 items for $5. Let them see. They'll see the value when they get it. They'll be hooked, and they'll want to come back to you because you got the value. And so if you could figure that out, so I figured it out, right? High-end and niche items on eBay. Just let those sell long-term, $30 and up. You have room for discounts. You have room for good profit. And the process of doing all of that is worth it. And also to pay somebody else to do it, it is worth it. $30 and up. Everything else, you could do a $1 5-second auction, but then there's stuff like $15, $20 to $25. Maybe run once a week, once every other week, like a midstream. So I was thinking, and I'm going to end on this thought, I was thinking of putting half of them, the more popular stuff that's between 15 and 25 in the $1 5-second sudden death streams, because I don't want it to be completely separated. Where here's the $1 stuff, because then I don't want to push the value of that stream down. The average selling price on that stream is about $5, but when we sell 1,000 items, that's $5,000. Takes about 6 hours to ship with 2 people and 3 hours to stream with 2 people, and it is pretty profitable. I mean, it's not the most wildly profitable thing, but I get all my money back immediately with some profit, and that's not including out of those 1,000 items, I probably got 100 that I can sell on eBay for $30 and up. That's going to be like long term. So as I'm moving this stuff through, all the stuff I'm listing on eBay is already paid for. I got all my money back. I can reinvest it. And so all my Whatnot money is keeping the machine going, that cash flow, and the eBay is the investment for the long term. I hope this was helpful. It's good to be back on YouTube. We'll catch you guys next time.